And our next Ignite speaker is representing Indiana University, Zukiswa.
Thank you so much. Equity, an outcry for a better future. Imagine being denied the right to go to school because you're a girl. Deprived the opportunity to learn because you're hearing impaired, or being systematically excluded because of your sexual orientation. Your final story will always be affected by the inequality that you have experienced. Ever wondered why we celebrate the success of a woman who runs a $1 million company when millions of men already do? Applaud when 2 female pilots land a plane after decades of aviation on the continent. Applaud the first African American president after centuries of democracy in America, or an amputee who competes in the Olympic Games. The answer lies in the history of inequality. There's an old African proverb that says, until a lion has its own historian, the hunter will always be the hero. Inequality gives birth to a one-sided and negative narrative. Today you are here as Africa's promise and new storytellers. Try to visualize a society that doesn't neglect its part, that draws its strength from its complex diversity, multiplicity, and unity. An Africa that doesn't break the backbones of its mothers. The pathway to this new narrative is equity. Einstein once said that if intelligence was based on the ability to climb a tree, the fish would go through life believing itself to be stupid. Equity allows the fish to thrive in an environment that would allow it to succeed. The concept of equality, on the other hand, would be to put the fish and the monkey together, give them the same resources, and ask them to climb the same tree. But we know how that story would end, right? Equity, on the other hand, understands that those groups of people that are excluded are included. And with the right resources, have the ability to move the world to a better place. The principle is based on fairness in addressing the past and present injustices. It levels the playing field, allowing everyone to run the race from a position that will help them to make it to the finish line. Let me draw your attention to the wealth map. Are you aware that the wealth map indicates outrageous discrepancies with the world resource map? Globally, regionally, nationally, and even within our communities, wealth is more often than not unevenly distributed, thus widening the economical gap of classism, sexism, and elitism. This then weakens the disadvantaged and strengthens the strong, the powerful, and the wealthy. Those who do the backbreaking work of our African continent remain at the bottom of the food chain. The women, construction workers, the mine workers, farmers, just to mention a few. Only a deliberate action will address this inequity. But let it be clear that equity is not a cry for pity, but an outcry for dignity. It is everyone's duty to participate in crafting a fair society. Let us move equity from a fairy tale to a merry tale, leaving a legacy for our children that is about fairness and rightness rather than wrestling for power. Mandela Washington Fellows, I challenge you to return to your countries and ask yourselves, how inclusive are your initiatives? Are they not leaving anyone behind? Young African leaders, open the window to see all the spectrum of opportunity and let the bird fly. It is in the words of Sean Carter that he said, Rosa Parks sat so Martin Luther could walk. Martin Luther walked so Barack Obama could run. Barack Obama ran so we can all fly. 6 weeks ago, we took to the skies and flew to America, where our sparks of passion were ignited into flames. Now it is on us individually and collectively to take these flames, go back and continue to light up our continent. We must start an inferno that will burn from Cape to Cairo, from Dakar to Mogadishu. We have the opportunity. Check that. We are the opportunity. And it is intelligently by design that the letter part of the word opportunity is unity.